It is after Katsucon. We are tired. I drove 8+ hours to get there and back. I'm so tired. Drew, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just beautifully. I'm just about as tired, if not more tired, as you.
Perfect. Man, just okay. So I guess we'll recap. This is kind of the post Katsucon episode where we just pretty much just talk about what a great Katsucon it's been. Everything we've been looking forward because we skipped last year. I know that
Yes.
because we couldn't get a room. Usually our thing is, get a room, and if we don't get a room, then fuck it. If we do get a room, fantastic. You know, I gotta admit that we got super fucking lucky, being like, you know what, we're spending the money, and they're like, do you want to get bumped up to an atrium room? Which I never thought in our wildest dreams we would actually get.
Yeah, it was ridiculously lucky how that happened. Like it was just an offer that was given to us. We had our people we were rooming with, they came down and were like, yeah, they said they would offer to upgrade us to a balcony room, and we didn't, you guys were still down here unpacking everything. We didn't want to, make the decision without you, so we didn't say anything. So then me and him look at each other and we're like, y'all better go back up there and tell them to get the balcony room.
Yeah, because what we did was initially, well, if you try to get the Katsucon rate, it's a lot cheaper. But what happened was we only booked for a certain amount of days because they were available, and then Blondie Sunday reached out to me. We got more days, but they weren't under the Katsucon rate, so we were already spending like a little bit more money than most people were. But they
Yeah.
were like, "Look, for was it $65 more a day, split between 5 people? It's like, hey guys, I mean we're already spending the money, might as well fucking do it." And we did, and boy, I gotta say, what a fucking view we got.
It was the perfect spot.
We
Because
were,
like I don't
yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, I don't know if anyone knows like what the venue looks like. It's essentially like if you're imagining a giant square, right? There's one wall that's just a giant ass window out to like the ocean and like the sweet Ferris wheel that's near there.
Hell yeah.
And then there's like on the other three walls are all the balcony rooms. We had the one that was directly opposite the window. So we just got to sit out
That
there.
was the best. Oh my god.
Yeah. We just got to sit out there and look out at the sweet window and the view, especially when it gets like towards nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And the light,
that was
the
to die for.
lights for everything. Not to the Ferris wheel, to outside, seeing the harbor, and then seeing the actual area for Katsu. I know Katsu's pretty famous. People know what like. Best part was we were on floor 16. We were up there. It wasn't just like, oh, floor 10, and we were, not giving shit to that. But man, floor 16 was up there, dude. So when we got there, it was pretty sick because like we get to look down and like, holy shit, we're really high up.
Yeah, yeah. It was like the perfect height.
And I love the fact that we faced towards what is it? The bay? I don't know what it was called. I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, I think you were right with Harbor.
Yeah, it was Harbor something. Fucking
Yeah, it's one of those water places where boats go.
Yeah, exactly. But man, Katsukan was sick this year. I gotta say, I think you and I were talking like everything just happened to work out. Like we were driving into some crazy ass weather, and we missed it both ways, going in and coming back. Because when we came back, it was like a frozen hellscape.
Yes.
It was a frozen hellscape, and all we got was just bad weather, like rain, a little bit of rain, and it was like whatever. I could deal with rain, whatever. But
Yeah, it was wild.
yeah, to get right into it, Drew. Let's talk. What were some of the good things you got at Katsu, man?
Oh God. So I'm just gonna put on my my fancy suit here and just say, yeah, if you remember from episode 1 of the Bophades podcast, you'll know that I, as the first guest of this illustrious show, I'm a big fan of collecting old shit.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
So when we got there, we happened to find a lot of good old shit and some niche shit as well.
Oh, we really did though.
Yeah, the best part. So most of what I got that I really enjoyed was from a lot of the import stuff. In fact, I think everything I got was import stuff.
Yeah.
Which I never did before. It's always been like stuff that's been, over here in the good old the West. Is that what it is? We're in the West?
Yes.
Yeah. But no, they had a lot of cool shit that was imported that I finally was like, I'm gonna get into this. first one I guess I'll talk about uh something most people probably don't know. I'm a huge fan of the Yakuza series.
Yep, hell
So
yeah.
the first like quick just thing with that, last year I plowed through like the entire series, which is like I think 9 games in
Yeah,
the
yeah, you
span of
did.
3 months. So that was wild. So when we got there and I was browsing through all the imported games and all that, they had a physical copy of Yakuza 5 on the PS3, which I immediately picked up because when Yakuza was first coming out, it was like 3 and 4 were kind of like the first ones that people were like, "Oh, this is kind of weird. I don't know if I like this yet." It tickled everyone's fancy, but no one was like chomping at the bit like they are now.
Yeah.
And not to mention that the weird zombie shooter spin-off game Dead Souls kind of
Mhm.
put a sour taste in everyone's mouth. So when they were coming out and making Yakuza 5, that never got localized physically in America. It was a big old debate for a long time too if it was ever even going to get localized. And people were like, you know, the very small community was out there screaming at RGG Studios like, "Oh, you should totally bring it over here. We love them. We love you." So they were like, "Okay, fine. If you guys really want it, here you go. Pick it up on the eShop." So they only released it digitally originally.
Yeah.
The only way I was able to play it eventually was because they did the whole remasters for 3, 4, and 5 later on. Fun story about that. When they came out with that collection, they actually made just a blank, empty PS3 case for Yakuza 5 as if it did come out physically. So people who picked that up now could like have something to slide into their collection to like
Nice.
make it look complete.
Make it look like when you have everything, everything's like stacked together.
Yeah. So when I saw that they had the physical copy, the Japanese copy of Yakuza 5, I was like, I'm gonna pick this up. Even better, PS3s, I think most PS3s aren't region locked.
Oh
So
shit,
you
yeah.
can play anything that's like Japanese or American, whatever. So I was like, it'd be a neat little thing to try just to see how it fares on the
On the
PS3.
PS3, yeah, as opposed to playing like the upgraded version. Now,
Yeah, yeah.
we were finding a lot of shit that's just like, whoa, what's this doing here? Like, there is that one place that had that's where I got my CD of the soundtrack of Final Fantasy VIII. But they had so many soundtracks at that one booth. Shouts out to them. I don't know their name, but they had fucking laser discs and
Yeah.
CDs and imported the imports of the game. Because I was finding like just Japanese versions of here's Final Fantasy X. I'm like, oh, sick. And yeah, here's the Yakuza series. Oh, cool. But yeah, no, the niche like, they had fucking Tenchi Muyo fucking CDs, and I was like, damn. And it's funny. There's one Tenchi Muyo CD that I want so bad, and nobody had it. The thing is, I don't know if it exists or not, or if I'm just. I remember being a kid and ending up at I believe it was the San Antonio Mall. All right, this is a weird story. I'm in Texas. What the fuck? That was the San Antonio Mall, and there was a place. This is like in the '90s, probably. Jesus
The
Christ.
far off distant land of the
Yeah,
90s.
yeah. It was actually '97, probably '98, maybe. And
Oh.
we were there, and there was a place that was just like I think it was called like Japan Toys. I remember seeing them like, what is this? And they had anime, like a shit ton of it, and I was still new to it, but I had like Tenchi Muyo VHSs, and I loved the theme song. Can't think of the name of it. Holy shit, no. I know how it goes, but there's an English version, Japanese version. I think it's like "Love Will Leave You Crying," something like that. That's like the main line. That intro fucking was like hell yeah, and of course they're not gonna have that anywhere for you to listen to. Like this is the '90s. Like if you can't find the CD, go fuck yourself. Also, this is a Japanese anime. You're not gonna find it. And I found a fucking CD of Tenchi Muyo. It was in a black case, and I remember it, and I was like, whoa! And it was 2 CDs. It was $30, and that's probably a lot in the '90s. I don't know. I just know it was $30, and that's the one been looking for. I've actually never looked it up because it's just one of those things. I'm like, I can find the song on YouTube, you know.
Mm.
But when it's physically there, I think that's the biggest thing with Katsu and most conventions that it's really nice is when you physically see the object that you want it's a little bit more like, ooh, I want this because it's right here. You can go on
Yep.
eBay and, you know, they could be like decently priced, but you're like, I don't know if I want to pay shipping. Do I really need this right now? I'm good. You know?
Yeah, eBay escapades are fun from time to time, but nothing beats the high of going to a convention and seeing that thing that you've always wanted, but it's never been there for a decent price.
Yep. Especially when you have the money for it, because you've been
Yes.
saving, you know, all this time for conventions, and like we knew going into Katsu, and I'm pretty sure anyone else who's gone to KatsuCon or any major conventions, you know, you'd be spending that money. You know what I mean? You're not just going there like, you know, maybe I'll look at this, look at that. Like I bring my money there, and that's why I also bring the ramen and the water kettle because I'm like, I don't need to eat this much. All I eat is
Oh,
alcohol and ramen and the dealer's room and artist alley, and I'm happy.
yep, yep. That's my life.
Yes, sir. But you know, like I said, you find the obscure shit. Like I know I have a bunch of shit. There's a bunch of shit behind me. There's a bunch of shit here. There's a bunch of shit back here. I'm a lot of stuff that I'm a lot of room for stuff. You know, I like to have some of the things, but after a while, it's like, where do I put it? More importantly, does any of this shit really mean anything to me? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I've had that same thought. I've been like reorganizing my space from time to time a lot more. I even just did recently when we got back from Katsu. I had to move around a lot of the books and manga to fit some of the stuff I got.
Mm-hmm. It's what I was saying earlier too. I think not earlier, but I remember mentioning it while we we're at Katsu. Was a lot of the times just now I'm just looking for things I know I can't find, or obscure things that I'm like I never knew this existed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I said, I bought that Bernie figure for Fire Emblem Three Houses. You know, I never saw a Bernie figure. It was on fucking. Was it? It was a Crunchyroll shop. I think it was about like $60, and I was like, ah. And like I said, it's the whole, it's online. I gotta pay shipping. What else can I get? You know. But when it was there, you pointed out to me. I was like, oh fuck, I should get this.
Yeah, I literally was like, dude, you should totally get this. And I just like kept urging you to do it. I was like, man,
Yeah.
if you don't get it now, someone's gonna buy it though.
Aka you. But
Yeah,
she's
I remember
sitting
making that
proudly
threat.
here. Sitting proudly right over here. Really happy about it.
Nice.
Hell yeah, I took her out of the thing. It's funny because the only other figure that I bought previously to that was my Ryoko figure at LigmaCon, aka PortCon, because once again, talking about Tenchi Muyo, I don't know where any other fucking Tenchi Muyo shit is because that show's so fucking old. So I see it, I bought it. Even the first fucking Katsu, the one thing that I bought was the Fujiko Mime from Lupin the Third, like cheese.
Mm.
And then, of course, as I don't know if I said it earlier, we were talking about the place where we had CDs. I bought the Final Fantasy VIII soundtrack, and I've seen those soundtracks on eBay and places like that, where it's like, you know, you get it's like 4 discs maybe. I don't know. I gotta double check. It's a bunch. It's like at least 2 discs. And I remember telling you, it was like there was 7, there was 8, there was 9, there was 10. I wanted to get 8 and 10 more than anything. 7's good. I mean, 7's fucking based. It's like the one that's like everyone knows. But
I picked up the 7 soundtrack.
Oh yeah, and it's one. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that's the one that because 7's my favorite, so I was like, that's the one I had to get.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Between 7, 8, 9, and 10, 8 was just the one that really got me music wise. Like I loved everything about all the music. Fei Wong's "Eyes on Me," Bottom Gardens theme, Waltz for the Moon being the biggest one. I remember I was explaining that to you. Like I fucking love Waltz for the Moon. If anyone does, if you don't, you know it if you played Final Fantasy VIII or have any semblance of what Final Fantasy VIII is. Waltz for the Moon was the waltz, hence Waltz for the Moon, that they played during Renoa and Squall's first meetup when they danced at the ball. That is just 100% like, that's my shit. I need that. Also Triple Triad.
Yeah, me, I would have picked that up solely just for Man with a Machine Gun.
Oh hell yeah, Man with the Machine Gun. You and I joking about that shit all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Is Man with the Machine Gun on here? Let's go.
It's just such a good battle track.
And the name is fucking great.
Yeah,
Man with the Machine Gun. All right, that sounds good to me. I'll take it. Because 10 is the other one that I really enjoyed. Like, I don't know, 8 and 10 were kind of like the ones that kind of stuck with me the most. I enjoy 7 because that was my way in. But for some reason, like, I love 7, but it's one of those things where, yeah, it's an iconic game. This is great. And I give it its props. But I don't know, me personally, like, I beat 8, sort of. It was back in the day where, like, someone was like, hey, your cousin likes this game? Tell him, here, tell him to give me his memory card. And he gave me his save for the end of the game. I was like, oh, sick. Because I remember playing up to 3, disc 3, and I think I just fell off. And then my cousin's friend did that for me. He's like, if you want to see the ending, here you go. Which, I'll be honest with you, I don't remember the fucking ending. I really don't. I remember we were floating in space at one point. It's like an episode of fucking Regular Show. we're in school, and it was under attack. So the school became a ship. And then after that, we were in space. Sounds like the Regular Show, if you ask me.
It really does.
If anything, Regular Show copied Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh,
don't fact check me. I don't care. Look it up
Zell
yourself.
And Selfie for sure are Mordecai and Rigby.
Yeah, you know, they just looked at it and said, yes, this is a great idea. We're gonna make a show out of this.
But we can't do the space thing just yet. We gotta wait at least 8 seasons for that.
We gotta wait till the very end, okay? But I remember like random scenes from 8 and just loving it. Like I think one of it, I think I have it here. I like how I have this handy, so like, don't make fun of it. Nope. It's in here somewhere, but for the last... No, here it is. So, ultimately, I remember playing 8 through a demo. Strictly this demo.
The fuck?
This is sealed. This is the Pizza Hut PlayStation demo. I actually wanted to talk about this for a while on on my TikTok or other things. It has, as you can clearly see, it has this Ape Escape, Crash Team Racing. This is how most people play Tony Hawk. This is where fucking Tony Hawk, you know, if you bought the fucking Big New Yorker pizza, or I don't know if you bought anything other types, but I remember I had to buy the Big New Yorker, which they don't make anymore, which, what the fuck, anyway. It came with the disc. It came with this demo disc. And
holy shit.
And and a lot of people played Tony Hawk this way because it was the 90s and Pizza Hut and PlayStation, you know, Friday nights, let's go. And this is where a lot of people heard the song Superman that everyone loves so much. But more importantly, there was Cool Borders and finally Final Fantasy VIII. Back to the thing. I don't know if anyone ever won this money. This is sealed. I actually have a non-sealed and a sealed version because if I want to ever play it for a stream or something. But you have everything here. It was funny because if you didn't have the DualShock, you could not play Ape Escape. You couldn't because
right.
Ape Escape strictly used the DualShock.
Yeah, because you had one for movement and one for the net and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But Final Fantasy VIII I played a shit ton of. So I want you
this guy out here just whips this out like he's like, oh, by the way, I've got this cool shit that like I never told you about.
Dude, brother. Like I said, I got a lot of shit here that I'm like, I don't need any of this. Well, I do need it. I got to make sure it's stuff I want, you know. I have more random shit in there. Sooner or later, I'll reveal it all. No, but so I want you to venture a guess. Do me a favor. I want you to guess, where do you think the demo for Final Fantasy VIII started?
Oh, like what part of the game?
What part of the game? It does one thing in the game, and it does from front to back, so to speak.
Well, I've only played like half of it, so if it's anything from the later stuff,
no,
I wouldn't
it's
know.
not. I mean, be honest with you, it won't be from the later stuff.
Okay. I want to say the initial assault on the first mission. Like where
correct. You are correct.
Hell yeah.
Man. You literally, it starts with I get excited. It starts with legit. It's Squall. He's on the boat. He's looking around like it's fucking D-Day, and all the ships are going forward. You get right in there, you land in there, let's fucking go. You climb up, you fight Biggs and Wedge, Pandemonium shows up, and then well, you have to steal Pandemonium GF. Not that was that weird monster thing, and then the fucking was it the robot comes out? You do the thing. You got to get out of here in 20 minutes. You run away from the robot, get to the beach, fucking Quistis with the machine gun, bop, 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 bop. Demo over.
That's a pretty good demo.
That's a good demo. Holy shit, right?
That's a pretty damn good demo.
Hell yeah, brother. No, man. It was fucking lit, dude, back in the day. Like that's a good ass demo. Yeah, I played that shit so much. There were so many times where I remember being a kid and buying Final Fantasy VIII. Like, I knew back then, like, I liked this series. I liked 7. I never beat it, of course. I had all my characters, like, high level, but not strong enough to beat Sephiroth or unlocked enough shit to beat Sephiroth. Like, I didn't have a gold chocobo to get fucking Knights of the Round and shit. I didn't have fucking, 2 times attack. I didn't have any of that shit. I had everyone's, like, full upgrades, everyone's ultimate weapon, as far as I remember. Because I knew I had Red 13s, Barretts, and Cloud. I know I had all their weapons, and I had all their, like, all the way up limit breaks and shit.
They're level 4 limits.
Yeah. Like, I had, like I said, I just didn't have the goal. I was too dumb and young to fucking understand fucking chocobo racing and how to fucking breed gold chocobos and shit. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I can't read.
Yeah, don't worry. I never did that either.
Yeah.
And I played the game like 3 times.
Nice. Hell yeah. But I was all, I had the high wind. I had everything. Like, I was circling that one spot where you can just fight all those same monsters over and over and level up your guys. I remember I attempted to fight Sephiroth. That was fucking nope.
Yeah.
They looked at me. He's like, oh, all right, I'm fucking slap the shit out of you. What's wrong with you? Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you even bothered coming down here, sir.
Did you even make it to the one winged form, or were you still on the like weird monster form where you had to use like all 3 parties?
I probably in the weird monster form because Red 13, all those guys were like super high up, but the rest of the team was like,
oh,
I see. The team was trash boat, dude.
That explains a lot.
Like, I was a kid, so I don't know what the hell. These are my 3 guys. Like, these are the cool guys. I hold them close. But trash boat, trash yacht, dude. Forget it. Like, I wanted to be different. I liked Sid and I liked Vincent. So it was like Cloud, Sid, and Vincent, and it was just not viable. And I like. Wait, go ahead.
That's almost the team I used. Yeah. I used primarily by the end Cloud, Sid, and Yuffie.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you could really, make it work, you can make it work. But I'm just like, I remember there was a kid. His name was Daniel. Cool guy. I saw him not too long ago when I went to my cousin's wedding. This was last year. And he was like a huge nerd. And I didn't know he was so much into fucking anime as much as I was as a kid. I literally hadn't seen him in like over 20 years. I opened my phone up. He sees that my phone's Ryoko, and it's like, yo, is that a Ryoko background? Ryan, I knew you were a nerd too. Hell yeah. I was like, damn, bro. Holy shit.
Damn, Daniel.
Yeah, seriously. He was like, dude, I remember them days, bro. I knew Tenchi Mori. I'm like, man, I like you. I knew I liked you, bro. But he was the one who introduced us to like Final Fantasy VII and everything. So I guess it kind of tracks. I'm just too dumb of a kid to understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but 7, man. Like I said, I played a shit ton of 7. I really did. Like, I had a lot of fun with it. But just 8, something about it. I don't know if it was the realistic type characters where they're like, they're all they're all long. They're not like, squares and circles, polygon characters. Yeah. And I played it, and I think because I bought it with my own money, and I remember being a kid going to fucking Walmart and buying it back when, you had to look up to play fucking video games there. And I remember just like, I want Final Fantasy VIII. I bought it. I think I bought it at the time. I think it was Greatest Hits because it was like $20. So, it's a good deal being a kid. At that point, you don't fucking care. You just want to play the game.
Yeah.
And then straight up just being like, yeah, hell yeah. I want this. Actually, I think it was original because I think when I bought 7, it wasn't. It was greatest hits, and at that age, I found out like how come my cousin's is different than mine, and it was a thing we talked about in the first episode.
Yes. My first great heart attack.
Yeah, no, Drew, and these things. Oh my god, is mine original? What the fuck?
Uh,
What about you? What's like of all the Final Fantasies so far? I'd say even the remake or anything included. What was the one that you liked the most? Really?
I mean, for me, it's always been 7. I
Yeah.
haven't like played through most of them, but I've touched a couple of them.
Yeah.
So like I've touched 10, I've touched pretty much. I've touched 10, I've touched 15, I've touched 16.
Mm-hmm.
I logged on once to 14 and then immediately left.
Yeah, of course. If you're not ready for an MMORPG, then I'm good.
Yeah. I will say I have a lot of fondness for the original, but not the NES one, the one that was remade for the PS1, because I had bought the what the fuck is it called? Final Fantasy Origin Collection. It was like they remade 1 and 2 for that, and I played. It was my way of finally playing the first one, and it was I don't know, something about it was just neat. I think it's because it's like one of the like trendsetters for JRPGs and traditional turn-based games like that, which is like my favorite genre of game. So, getting to like pick the classes and you make up little names for them. It's like, oh, these are my little dudes. I'm gonna send them out on their own adventure.
Hell yeah.
And then you have like your head cannons for them, and it's like, oh, it's great. It's great. I especially was like enthralled by the fact of like just how much they were like, yeah, that game Dungeons and Dragons? What if we like did that and like didn't bother changing anything?
Nice. Hell yeah.
Like straight up, it's like it doesn't use like an MP bar, it uses spell slots and things like that. But like you have to have like you just go to like every city and there's like some dude in a cabin that's just like, hey, Bucko, do you want to learn Ice 3? Because this was back in the day. This was literally back in the day before they came up with the word like the names for the spells, like how there's Fire, Firaga.
Firaga, yeah, dude.
Yeah. Back in that, they were like, when they first did that, they were like, no, you get Fire 1, Fire 2, and Fire 3.
Hey, it was easy to understand. I mean, I'll give them that much. You're just like, yeah, I'm a dumbass kid. Fire 3 sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's like, so like Fire 1 is a single target, Fire 2 is the entire like
Party,
every target, and Fire 3 is like every target but like stronger.
Yeah, even burns hotter.
Yeah. Yes. And then there was like things of like some of the spells I think in the original, like the NES original, that just like they didn't work. Like people have pointed out there's like they just don't work, and it's like I guess they fixed it a little bit for the PS1 version. But
nice, that's good.
I just liked that one a lot. I think it's because I prefer the 16-bit graphics. Or is PS1 16 or 32? I don't remember.
Don't ask me, dude. I'm mostly audio dude, kind of visual shit. I don't understand.
Yeah. Any bitologists in chat, in the comments, please leave a comment down below. Let us know.
Yeah, please and thank you.
Basically,
I can't tell this 60 and 30 FPS, so don't worry.
Yeah.
I still have a hard time telling people that fucking movies are 24 frames per second.
Yeah.
People are like, no, it's not. I have 1080p. It's like, no. It's like, no. It looks. If you ever see a movie, and there's a few of them that are at 60 FPS, it's weird looking. It's like, this doesn't make any sense. Yeah, no, because it's too uncanny. It's too clean. But 24 frames.
Yeah, so it's just the style of it, and even like the battle theme, because the first time I tried playing the original was on the NES Classic, the little box dude. I tried playing that, and then that's when I realized grinding really fucking meant grinding. Like you had to you want to get anywhere, you have to sit in a fucking square, run around this tree, and fight the same group of goblins for upwards of an hour to get like 3 levels.
Hell yeah.
And all the time you're only hearing it's at least it's that song is more pleasant on the PS1 is what I will say.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of shit like that, like I think that's why I don't like Final Fantasy VII soundtrack, so to speak. Like I like it, don't get me wrong, but like I don't want to listen to Cosmo Canyon. Like I'm sorry. Like
The Cosmo Canyon's so cozy.
but brother, like I remember my cousin playing it and listening to it, and it was long dialogue after long dialogue, and like these are the stars, and we're in the ramp, and it's just like, all right, cool. And then when I bought the game, I had to go through that same shit again. I remember being like, oh god, it's this all over again. And I had a third cousin. I had a third cousin who played the fucking game. Guess what I heard again? God damn. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I want to Final Fantasy VII soundtrack. I'm kind of scarred right here. I'm kind of scarred, brother.
Man, what track? I gotta find out what track that is on the soundtrack. I'm gonna play that next time we're hanging out.
I'll slap the shit out of you. You play Cosmo Canyon. I shouldn't have told you shit. Now it's on the internet, so this fucking sucks.
Everyone's gonna be linking you videos to like the sweet Nightcore Cosmo Canyon remix.
It's just like, yo, Ryan, check out these videos of titties. Oh hell yeah. Oh hot chick the second she fucking opens the shirt. Like, oh god damn. Cosmo Canyon seed. What the fuck?
You cover the tits with Red 13.
It's like titties are temporary, Ryan. But Cosmo Canyon saving the earth from that goddamn pizza in the sky, that is forever. God damn it. I fucking hate everything.
Cosmo Canyon's great.
But like, you know, it's just like by association. It's just like it just kept playing. I don't know why I kept hearing it. Like it just chased me most of my life.
I mean, that part of the game is very heavy on like dialogue and stuff because it's all about, you know, explaining, you know, all right, so the planet's all fucked and you guys got to stop that angel boy from, you know, resurrecting his mother.
I just remember like the second you walk in, there's like a fucking there's like an area where you first walk in, and there's like a bridge, and the second area you walk in, and the third area is like the house, and it's like 15 to 20 minutes of dialogue here. The second one is another 30 minutes, and then when you get up to the house, like an hour long dialogue. Like, god damn, like I'm 7 years old. Like, help me out here.
At least put a random encounter in there somewhere.
Yeah, come on, guys. But you were saying when we were at Katsu, you bought a specific book about a manga.
Yes, I was just thinking about that.
Can you? I remember it was interesting because you said you had a story behind it.
Yes.
So what was that?
So for those who are unaware, there's a manga that came out. Actually, I have the Wikipedia for it opened up in preparation for this
guy.
bit. Yeah.
Good for you. Good.
This is wow, that's really weird. The original run started on my birthday in 2023.
Oh shit, no way.
That's really weird. So there's this manga that came out called Love Bullet. It is, if I read the wiki for it, it's real quick. Cupids are immortal, angel-like beings with wings whose primary objective is to help humans fall in love. They are humans who have died without ever experiencing love themselves. While Cupids of the past used bows and arrows, not dissimilar to Roman mythology, present-day Cupids utilize modern weapons such as guns and grenades. Koharu Sakurada, I'm going to butcher these names, is a 15-year-old Cupid who died 5 years prior in an accident. Together with Kana, her mentor, as well as fellow Cupids Chio and Enna, they shoot people who they see as potential couples to make them fall in love. Completing this task earns the Cupids karma, and earning enough karma will grant them a second chance at life. So
that sounds kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. So the big thing with this is like that premise sounds interesting, and it only ever really had one volume kind of collected so far of a manga. When it was released, the author of the manga, they said that the sales for it weren't doing very well. So like, and in most cases, the manga industry is a very cutthroat place. So a lot of like overseas fans, like they had just started discovering it because of, you know, scan translations and all that pop up on the internet.
Yeah.
So people were looking at it, figuring it out, sharing it with people, and everyone was like, oh, this is kind of cool. This is kind of neat. And then when they heard from the author that the sales for the first volume weren't doing great, they were like, oh, this means it's in like real danger of being
Yeah, it's in
canceled.
hell. Yeah, like they don't
Yeah,
want it. Yeah.
and everybody was like, we don't want that to happen. So a bunch of people spread the word about it, and we're like, find a way to import it. Do your best to buy physical copies of that first volume to make sure it doesn't get canceled. And they actually pulled it off. They like after this whole thing started circulating,
Mm-hmm.
the sales for that volume just like shot through the roof. And then the author eventually posted on Twitter, I believe, or X. They were
Twitter. Yeah,
like,
Twitter.
yes, Twitter, yes. They were like, they're like, thank you so much. Like, sales have been going great. We're gonna keep doing our best to make sure that this still works. And everyone's like still saying like, oh, keep buying it. Make sure that we can still get like a second volume made. We got to keep doing it. So we're cut to. I first heard about this from like I think there was some random like YouTube short that I was just like I just saw one day that was like describing this thing
Yeah.
because I saw it, and the first thing that drew me to it is like the art style is really good. It's really cute looking, and it just was like it's a very interesting idea. So we're at Katsu, and this is like a few months later, I would say, after I like first heard about all this. One of these like booths that we went to, they had like a bunch of books and manga and like mainly like art books, I would say. I
Yeah.
picked up something else while I was there too, but they had the physical copy of Love Bullet Volume 1. So I was like, okay, even if I can't read it and I don't like super know the story very well, I still like respect the story behind it
Yeah.
and like why everyone's like trying to push it. So I was like, I don't know how much this is like. I'm always wondering, like, when it's sold in like a shop like that, like how much of that like supports the artist or
Yeah.
whatever. I never know. But in my head, I'm just like, I still want to grab this because I want to like show my support and like hold a piece of history because this is just a very interesting
Yeah,
story to
exactly.
it.
I was gonna say just having that would be super interesting because you know the story. Like I said, I may not. It may not directly go to the person, but the person did buy it. Like the person did have it in their collection. You know what I mean? That they were
Yeah,
selling it, so there's probably money going somewhere.
yeah, and I'm sure that it's like it matters more that like the people who like own the rights to it, not necessarily the author, but like the company that like publishes it. I'm assuming must be like, oh, people are buying this.
Yeah,
It's good. Keep it going.
exactly. Like I said, I don't really know too much about how that works, but yeah, I get what you mean. But I would say that is pretty sick. That it's like, oh, you got to be able to get a chance to get at least one of those original copies that people were talking about, especially since you found out the story.
Yeah, everyone's been pushing to be like, we got to get this thing translated as well and get like
Oh,
an
get
English
American
physical
sales. Yeah,
release.
hell yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. There's another manga that did get released locally and like fully finished, but it's like an older manga called Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko. It
Yep.
is
Never heard of
essentially
it, but yep, sounds good.
yeah, it's essentially it's just it's sort of slice of lifey, but it's more like a somber take on the apocalypse. Like the world ended, people are still living, doing their thing. They don't really talk about like what happened. It's just kind of like, yeah, the world's kind of like gone to shit.
Yeah, girl,
We're all
world
still
shit.
here
So
though,
yeah.
yeah, doing our stuff. And it focuses on this one robot. Her name is Alpha, and she was kind of like left behind by her I think it's her master, not her creator, but like the person who like
Oh
had her.
yeah.
Yeah, and was like, you're gonna stay behind, watch my cafe. So she just runs a cafe
Oh,
for literally nobody.
that sounds
Yeah, for
great.
literally, yeah, it's really good. It's just like casual stuff. She's just like, I'm gonna go out to town, I'm gonna get some coffee, I'm gonna go home and set everything up. All right, looks like nobody showed up today because that's
Oh,
just how it is in the
of
apocalypse.
course, yeah, yeah. It's just kind of
Yeah,
hanging out.
yeah, it's really good. It's an older series that has like 5 big like omnibus editions that were collected. Loved it. And they had an art book at that same stall that's just a bunch of like chapter art from the series. Like if you know how like most chapters for the things have like the little cover
Yeah,
image
of course.
for the chapter.
Yeah.
So things like that, like in the in-between stuff.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
just a art book of all that stuff, and it's just really cool because I think it's a neat series that I wish more people knew about.
What was it called again?
Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko.
Nice. No, it's always interesting when you find stories like that that are just so like What's it about? Well, it's a slice of life. All right, but what? It's the end of the world, and it's a robot, and it's just hanging out. I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of fun. It's one of those things that it sounds more peaceful than it should be. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
It's like it's the
definitely
end of the
more like
world.
that.
Yeah, it's like it's the end of the world, but like yeah, but like this person or robot is just trying to just do its thing and just live out the rest of the end of the world. And it's like that sounds nice, actually, in a way.
Yeah, yeah. It's very like I'm gonna say it's a little thought provoking as well because there's a lot of like you see her like interact with this one like family, like this guy who like runs a gas station, even though
Mhm.
like gas is very like not really needed
Yeah,
except for like by extreme cases.
yeah.
So she like hangs out with them and like his grandson or nephew, I forget. But then seeing them grow up, but she stays the same. It's
Mm.
one of those kind of things.
Oof, yeah. Oh, we doing that? Oh man, that's good. That's that good shit. That's that good shit.
Yeah, it's some real good shit.
It's like oh, wholesome. Also, I'm really sad.
Yep.
That's like when I played Citizen Sleeper. They had that same type of thing where an android sees someone like grow up, and I'm like, oh, I'm sad. I'm happy. I'm
Yeah.
very happy for them. I'm also really sad. Because yeah, it makes you think like, wow, that's a long time to live and see a lot of shit to see.
Yep. Yep.
What would you say overall? What was your favorite part about Katsu going there?
Oh, my favorite part. I don't know. Was it the poopy water? That was pretty good.
Bro, it's funny. I guess we're gonna have to talk about some of the bad now, right? Okay. So to be honest, going into what we were saying, like how lucky we got, literally me, Blondie Sunday. Were you with us at the time? Either way, I'll say you were there because might as well make the story even better.
Nice.
True, yeah. Perp was there, and Ashtray. Literally, we're in the artist alley, and then we left, and then 15 minutes later, someone checked their phone, thinking it was Mad Noob, and he was like, "Holy shit! Look what's happening!" And it was just spewing just water from one of the pipes. Funny story about that, to be honest with you. Like I know probably a lot of people have heard about it because in one of the Discord groups I'm in, someone from Australia reached out to someone in the group being like, "Hey, you're at KatsuCon. You guys okay?" I thought that was crazy that that news broke out in Australia.
Made international news.
And it's probably because it was the BS of it being like a sewage pipe. Because it wasn't a sewage pipe. It was like a waste pipe. Well, wait, like water runoff. Like we use the sink. It's just runoff. But it's not like shit and piss. Unless someone's shit and piss down a sink, then wow. Don't quote us on that. I'm not a fucking plumber. I'm on a goddamn podcast.
There's got to be a less than or a slightly more than zero chance.
Yeah, right.
That happened.
Either way, someone cleaned like pee poo poo off their hands. There you go.
Yeah.
But it wasn't sewage. It was because I think if it was sewage, it'd be a lot worse. It'd be like we're not opening this like for the rest of the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Not only speaking of pipes, right? What else did we run into when we drove in the fucking Baltimore, or should I say Oxon Hill? Oh, by the way, one of the main water lines we had to redirect. So the water you're gonna have to boil.
Yeah, and I was like, first thing we got in, and they were just like, by the way, don't drink the water.
Oh my god! I remember. Honestly, though, we bought the pack of bottled water, and we bought that like giant jug. I actually kind of like the giant jug.
Yeah.
That was kind of nice. Luckily, we also had the kettle, so we boiled some water just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, we were boiling water like all the time.
Yeah, because we technically, for everyone who's listening, we use that water because some of the water we wanted to keep so we can drink, but we use it usually to brush our teeth, so we know it's like okay.
Yeah.
But it was fun because we showed up, as I like to call, I was telling Mad Noob, on day -1. Because day 0 is Thursday. It's the day before anything. So what's the day before that? And the Wednesday that we show is day -1. It's a reference to Godzilla. I'm like, yeah, -1, perfect. So yeah, day -1 was just like, but then by the next day, day 0, Thursday, they were like, yeah, the water's fine. I'm like, oh, sick. So we were able to, take a shower and put our face in the water and brush our teeth with the
Yeah.
tap water. I remember they're like, yeah, if you're gonna shower, because people were saying like E. coli and shit, and it was the threat of E. coli, I believe. So they were, you know what I'm saying? But either way, I was just like, yeah, no, as long as they I remember we talked to the people up front, like, that's fine. I stopped boiling my water. It should be filter out by tomorrow morning. And I was like, great. Thursday came, and we just said, fuck it, we're gonna figure it out, and we did.
But
Ugh.
yeah, like uh favorite part I think of the con itself. You know what? I think I know what my favorite part was. It's it's like 11 o'clock at night. It's nice and dark. We're on the balcony. We're watching all the nerds down below being like having a sweet party time.
Yep.
And who's there on that balcony but just me, you, a mad noob, chowing on some Wendy's on the ground.
Yes, that is my favorite part as well. Like, just even just present that, like, just going to the balcony to eat, to like just drink coffee. Ugh. It just, I think it was because we were on the 16th floor and we had that view. It was just amazing. Like, I remember I posted on Facebook, I'm like, I want a coffee in the view because you can see the harbor. Potomac. That's the fucking name of the place. The goddamn Potomac. Anyway.
We got there. We got there,
We got
everyone.
it. We were, the brains were just going. All the cells were just rubbing them together. I could hear them squeak, and it said Potomac. But yeah, so yeah, like honestly, that one morning where I just sat up, you guys were, I think you were like half awake, so you're able to move the thing. I'm like, let me just sit out here. Shouts out to the fucking Gaylord being like, if you close the door, you can't hear shit out there. But then when you open it, you can hear everything, and you close the door behind you, and you're in your own world.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Just the fact that you're just sitting there and I'm drinking coffee, being like, all right, it is currently 8 a.m. Gonna get ready soon, and we're gonna start cosplaying. And I'll be honest with you, for Katsu, the team, our crew, we were doing great. I realized we never took a nap. We didn't
I
we
was
did
thinking
not
about
take our
that.
midday naps. I think Shelby did and Ashton, but it was like a little bit. It wasn't a big one.
Yeah, yeah.
But still, like I remember being like, dude, I'm so hyped to be here. But I thought was really cool going back to the pipe burst. Oh, yeah, cool. Anyway, that the artist alley was 12 to 9 on Saturday.
Yes,
I
yes. Because of that whole incident, they had to like extend the hours it was open because of what
They had a hard,
transpired.
so just real quick, it happened Friday night. So Saturday they closed it because the artist alley was gonna close in like an hour. So luckily it was around the end of the night. But I kind of like the fact that the artist alley was open 12 to 9. I joked about it because I was playing Stardew. I'm like, ooh, night market time, let's go. But it was cool to do something around that time that was like shopping because it would close at what, 7, I think?
Yes.
Yeah. So instead of 10 to 7, it was 12 to 9. And I kind of like those hours. I'm probably sure the artists weren't too keen on those hours because by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you're like, I'm fucking tired. And I think I said they do 7 o'clock because they know nighttime events are happening and they probably want to be involved in that. But my God, like being there at like 8:30, just being like, this is kind of neat. It's late. I'm kind of enjoying myself. Shopping a bit. And then, oh, it's almost time to go. We just left. 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. It's like, all right, let's go back to the room, or we went to the bar and just hung out. And then, all right, let's go back to the room, get our shit together, and then go out for the night. I liked it, honestly. I guess I probably wouldn't be too good for the artists, which I will gladly be like, yeah, let's never do that for them. But man, if they could, 12 to 9, it's kind of sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the trade off is, of course, more time in the morning to get there. But of course, the trade, and then at night you're there till 9 o'clock and possibly 10, 11 to break down your shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. I always forget. Yeah, especially if it's like on like the Saturday
Yeah.
or even like the Sunday. Well, yeah, because some of them don't even stay the whole weekend.
Yeah. And even if you're not breaking it down, it's just like you're spending the whole day there. 12 to 9 is a fucked up shift, if you ask me. Like I used to, like working a 12. You working an 8-hour shift. They're working a 9-hour
Yeah.
shift right there. That's rough. That's rough stuff, buddy. And it's nothing but
Yeah,
like
that's
stimulation, people walking back and forth. So great for us for that one time, but yeah, never do that. Don't do that. 10 is a good time. Finish it at 7. I'm cool with that. Like, give the artists a break. Let them enjoy themselves.
Yes.
But we got to experience it, so hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
There were a few places. I don't know. Like, the Artist Alley was good. I found one fucking Disco Elysium thing. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. It was like a keychain of Harry and Kim. And there are a lot of Disco Elysium cosplayers. Shouts out to all the Kims I saw and one fucking Harry Dubois. But out of that whole thing, I only found one. But man, the Artist Alley this year had some really fucking good artists. And a lot of them were super cool. And like we ran into that vintage guy who did all those stickers for like VHS stickers and
yeah.
like Vaporwave, as well as Futica Aero shit, which I'm glad I got you on. But
yeah, that was some really good stuff.
That was some really cool stuff. And there were some things that like what is it that one person had? They had these like a better word, they had these pieces that I would like to call them. They were clothing pieces. One was like a clown fucking ski mask, almost like one of a kind jackets that were knitted and had like cool like Gengar designs and like Ditto design. I just remember being like, wow, there's some far out shit in here that like I've never seen before, and I was really excited about that.
Yeah, that's always one of my favorite parts about going to like Artist Alley, because like even if I don't buy a lot of the shit, I get to be like, okay, let me hit you up on like Twitter or Bluesky.
Yeah,
and be like, let me just follow your shit and like keep a lookout.
Yeah, definitely. Because I'd say this time like I did spend a lot of money. Around this time, like I said, I bought some knit stuff for Blondie Sunday. I said I got my Kim thing, and then I'm just looking around at all the other shit, and I'm like, this is sick. There's a lot of things I'm like, yo, this is sick. I've never seen this before, quote unquote, or a take on this design, and I'm really happy I bought some of the shit I did. Ugh, fuck.
That's that brings up a good question I wanted to ask you,
Yeah, sure.
because I don't know if I know. What was the most expensive thing you got?
Most expensive thing I got was the Bernadetta statue.
Really?
Yeah, the Birdie figure was my most expensive purchase. Like I said, a lot of the things that there were expensive, or things that I really wanted. Like I said, it's hard for me personally because I'm always now looking for like obscure or things I know I won't see most places. So the Bernie fig was my most expensive purchase, followed by, of course, the CDs, which weren't that much.
Yeah. What a coincidence, because you already know my answer to that one.
Yeah, Jerry, what did you get? That was your most expensive.
Just a casual little, figure of Bridget from Guilty Gear Strive.
Hell
we don't need to talk about how many digits were in that price.
Of course, gentlemen do not discuss prices. Gentlemen do not discuss prices. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
But I will tell you that figure is fucking good. Like, that's a good quality.
No, I saw your fucking Bridget figure, and like you said, yeah, I'm fucking good. And I turned around, I remember, and I got it. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. And it was like, this is why we're here, man. Get the shit we want.
Yeah, because I'd been eyeballing it the whole weekend, and this was the Sunday that we were like getting ready to leave, and I was like, because of its its value, we'll say, I was like, if I get this is the last thing I'm gonna get for the whole con, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it, because I was just like, I just you gotta let yourself be happy sometimes,
definitely.
and just be like, I don't care about any of this other stuff. I really like this. It's a joke for me now that I'm a huge simp for Bridget.
Hey man, it's cool.
I can't help it. I just think she's neat.
I don't care what anyone says. I think she's neat.
Yeah. So now I have her
Bridget's a cool character.
sitting on.
Bridget's a
Yeah,
cool
I have her
character.
sitting on my my side table by
nice.
my bed, because I was like, yeah, you know what? This will be one of the first things I see when I wake up, and I'm happy about that.
It's funny because you say that, because I didn't find any Guilty Gear figures like that I want. Like, there's no Eno figures. there was Eno figures, I'd be like, ah, yeah, let's go. Look at that Eno shit. That's who I sim for, big dog. But no, they don't got my girl Eno. All right, so what's the point? What's the point for me?
Mm.
Look,
I feel like I saw Ramlethal
yeah, I think I
at
did
one
too.
point.
But I don't want people thinking I'm into feet. You know, so like, it's like, oh, I got a
I
jury. I noticed you have a Ramlethal figure, and you also have a jury figure. Interesting choice. Interesting choice, my man. You happen to
just really like Ramlethal's hat.
yeah, right. Would you say you're a pro gamer? Oh, definitely, sir. Definitely. Notice that Miku you have is in sandals. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Nah, man. Like I said, it's really like anyone listening on this when you come to the big cons. I know we're always talk shit about big cons, but Katsu will always be really good. Like I said, things were just a little bit more expensive this year, but I still felt like we got the value we wanted.
Yes,
Like
yes. I think
even the parking was kind of a clusterfuck a little bit because they didn't explain how it worked. I know some people got really pissed because they were like, because luckily Kyle looked that up. He was like, you have to go to a place and buy it and then you just give it to them. I'm like, oh, okay. But still, for 5 days we were there, I told Shelby, I never paid that much money for parking since I can tell you now, NA Boston 2011. And that was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was only for 4 days. And I paid what I paid today. Well, that day. $123 for parking. We did for 5 days at Katsu. I paid that for 4 days at NMA Boston back in 2011. To me, I'm like, still like, what the fuck? Yeah. I'm going to say it again. But I feel, yeah, no, but it's like, I felt like this KatsuCon was a really good Katsu for us. I think, like I said, everything went the way it was supposed to in a way. Like we planned everything. Everything just happened to work out and it just did. I felt like we never like pushed ourselves to do anything we didn't want to do or overexert ourselves, which anyone listening, please guys, when it comes to going to anime conventions, do what you think is comfortable. Do what you want to do. When you put pressure on things, it makes things a little weird. Like, excuse me. I had my fucking photo shoot and I was like, fuck, I gotta get ready. And I was like, all right, that was fun. I had a lot of fun with my friend. I haven't seen the pictures yet, but man, I was like, dude, I'm stressed the fuck out. And I think you and the group were all talking. We need to finally get ribbons. So hopefully the next con we'll have our ribbons ready. And our PPM cosplays, which we finally finally understood what the fuck a PPM cosplay was.
Yeah, because we're always we're out here making fun, having good fun, having a good chuckle, a chortle at the people who are like, I have a cosplay for every hour of the day.
I have it. This is my 10 to 12. This is my 12 to 4. This is my 4 to 8. This is my 8 to midnight.
Yeah, and my whole thing has always just been, brother, how do you have time to enjoy yourself when half that time you're just swapping what you're wearing?
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, if you're comfortable doing that and you're having fun with that, all the power to you. I do not want to like stifle your creativity or your fun there. It's just personally, I'm just a very like cozy comfort cosplay kind of guy where I'm like, let me get like one good thing that has pockets and like doesn't obscure my vision and like no wigs.
Yeah, right.
If at all possible, because I want to just go there to like get the merch and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's just how my philosophy always is. But
like, yeah, I think what we missed and we didn't understand about that was ultimately you don't realize that the cosplays, lack of a better words, degenerate over time. In the sense of, yeah, like I'm wearing a wig and I'm wearing like 5 accessories. This is like what I'm wearing from the morning up until like 6 o'clock. And then 6 o'clock comes and you're just like, okay, well, I want to party, but I still want to be in cosplay. And you realize, what if I just did this character and you play a character that only has the outfit and one wig? Or you don't have to wear a wig for the character. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's what that is. I'm an old man, so sorry everyone's listening. God, of course, right? I didn't fucking know that, dog. But I realized that now. It's like, yeah, no, like wear an easier cosplay that's Like I know people who like these characters wear the same wigs. So fucking I'm just gonna switch this out, put this one in. It's a way of you like taking off one wig, airing out, putting another one that's probably a little bit more comfortable, and putting on a cosplay that's easier to wear. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes that's like if like I said, all I was Captain Obi for most of the day. If I had like the full suit of armor and everything, and at the end of the night, I become Little Mac. It's just, gloves and a pink sweatsuit. That's it. I'm like, that sounds right. I'm cosplaying, but I'm comfortable. That just makes the most sense to me, you know?
Yeah.
I was saying, you good over there?
I was trying to do a little callback joke. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Shit. But I think that'll round off the end of the Bophades podcast with you, bro. Before you go, Drew, I know
Yes.
you and I have been talking about doing more things together. More importantly, where can people find you, and where, if we do streams together, where can people find it?
Oh yes, of course. I am currently active in two places, and you will most likely only find me in two places, which is on YouTube at Hey I'm Porp. I'm starting to get into streaming a little bit more. I streamed recently, as in like a month ago, was some Sonic Frontiers with our boy Kyle the Mad Noob. And then I've also been playing through the Another Code Recollection games on Nintendo. You can find me over there. I'm also on Bluesky, also at Hey I'm Porp. I would be on the other site, but I hear that site's on fire right now. So I'm gonna hang out on this in the sky for now because I feel like that's safer and more fun. Yeah, you'll know the difference in the correlation there. YouTube is Porp Plays, Bluesky is Porp Says. It's what we call a little bit of account synergy.
Hell yeah. Well,
But yeah,
bro.
if you're
Yeah.
if you're interested in any of my stuff, you'll see a guy who doesn't know what he's doing, but gosh dang it, we're gonna learn together.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Drew, for both these podcasts, both from there talking about anime history, and overall nerd shit. It's your
Of
local
course.
himbo signing out.